Alright, what's going on everyone? This is Aiden Wood mixing and mastering here, and today I'm really excited to do our fourth segment of our house music mixing series. And today that will be our vocals, our vocal effects, which is our Vox group. So when you're mixing your vocals, it's important to think about the different types of vocals that we have. So we have our main vocals, maybe it's a spoken word or it's a vocal that's singing throughout the song. And then we'll have things like our vocal chops, so just little one-shots of different noises or different words being said. It's important to think about these things when we're mixing our vocals because that's going to depend, it's going to vary the amount of effects that we put on these things. So for example, if we had a main vocal that's doing a lot of singing, we would maybe want more of a tail involved, so we'd add some more reverb and delay at the end. For our spoken words, like we have in this song, normally you'd want a little bit less of a reverb tail and delay. You know, it's important to use it to fill out certain spaces in the songs, but you want to be able to understand the vocal itself as it's speaking, and you kind of want it to come through the front of the mix. So we don't usually want it too wet. We'll want it kind of right up the middle, but we'll add some of those things as well just to give it a bit of the character so that it fits into the song. So these are just a couple things to think about as we're mixing our vocals and thinking about things to look for in terms of problems, but also in terms of filling out the space in the mix itself. So for mixing our vocals here, the first thing we're going to do is, of course, just our levels. So let's listen here to the vocal and see if it's sounding too loud or too quiet. So pretty immediately we can hear that's pretty quiet. We're going to want to bring that up. So let's bring that up a bit.
He had the fastest hand in the West. Man, why you do that to yourself? Oh, you don't really want to know that. You are the kid.
Okay, so that sounded a little bit better there. We can keep it around a -10. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to listen for problems. So we start with our leveling, then we listen for problems. And the main problem I'm hearing here is that there is some low-end information with this vocal. That's not something we're going to need, and that'll only really interfere with things like our kick and our bass, which we don't want to happen. So what we can do is we can take out the lows.
He had the fastest hand in the West.
And just a little bit.
He had the fastest hand in the West. Man, why you do that to yourself? Oh, you don't really want to know that.
Cool, and now we can get it around, 165, maybe 170, and that's sounding pretty good. All right, guys, I messed up the recording for the first bit. So the second part of this video was filmed before, and the first part was filmed after. I did the exact same process the first time around, but I just redid it to make it make sense. So if you're confused why I changed clothes randomly, it's because of that. Awesome. Let's continue with the video. All right, once we've taken out any low information that we need to, we can start to look at things like our compression. So if we look at the waveform here of our vocal, we can see that there is a lot of loud parts and quieter parts. And usually what this will call for is some form of compression. We want to bring up those quiet parts. We want the higher parts to come down. We want the lower parts to come up. A compressor is going to help us do that. So let's add the compression. And there's a sustained lead vocal here that we can use from Ableton. So if we just listen.
Man drink like that and he don't eat.
Let's turn down that.
Man drink like that and he don't eat. Man drink like that. Man drink like that and he don't eat. He is going to die. Man drink like that and he don't eat. Man drink like that and man drink like that and he don't eat. He is going to die.
So you can see that the peak is staying
And
the
that's
same.
no contest. You a mile away.
Yeah, so we can even turn it up a bit.
Man
Let's
drink
turn it up
like
just
that
a
and
bit.
he don't eat. Man drink like that and he don't eat. Man drink like that and he don't eat. Man drink like Man drink like that and he don't. Man drink like that and he don't eat. He is going to die.
Turn it up a bit.
Man, that's no contest. You're a mile away.
All right. Cool. So now we got the compressor dialed in. Our quieter parts in the vocal are being turned up. The louder parts are relatively less quiet now, which is good. We want that consistency with the vocal loudness so that all the parts of the vocal are clear and able to be heard. Now what we'll do is we'll look at some sort of saturation. Like we'll do something along the lines of adding warmth and high frequencies to our vocal so that it fits in with the rest of our song. Right now we can hear this is recorded from some sort of movie, I think it is. So there's not a lot of vocal processing going on at all currently. But when we add a saturation, we can get a lot of character out of it. And there's a free plugin called Fresh Air that I love to use in my vocals. I like to use the vocal air and just kind of dial it back a bit.
Man drink like that and he don't eat. Man drink like that and he don't.
Without and then with.
Man drink like that and he don't eat. He is going to die.
So you can hear it adds a lot of.
Man drink like that and he don't eat.
Adds a lot of that high end, those high frequencies, which will help the vocal really stand out and helps it make it more clear.
Man drink like that and he don't eat.
That the gain is not.
He is going to die.
Yeah, and the gain's not really affected much here, so I'm pretty happy with how that effect is happening. So we can look to add one more saturator here. I love the warm up the highs from Ableton. So what I'll do is I'll just put it down.
Man drink like that and he don't eat. He is going to die.
We take it off.
Man drink like that and he. Man drink like that and he.
So we can hear it adding the higher frequencies in the 5K range-ish. That's kind of where it's hitting the most. Pretty much everywhere from, I'd estimate that to be like 500 or something upwards. So it's adding a lot of saturation to those high frequencies and a little bit to those mids as well. Again, these are all things that are going to help the vocal stand out a lot more. Nice. Okay. Once we've done that, I find a lot of the time when I start adding saturation to my vocal is usually the time when I'll start looking for something like a de-esser, and Ableton has a de-esser as well. I'm doing my best with the Ableton plugin, guys. I know I'm not perfect with it so far throughout these videos, but I'm doing pretty much as I can with my vocal chain compared to what it normally is through the native Ableton plugins. So this Ableton de-esser here, we can see how it is working. So we'll listen again.
Man drink like that and he don't eat. He is.
Let's turn up the threshold.
Man drink like that and he don't. Man drink like that and he don't eat. He is going to die. Man drink like that and he don't eat. Man drink like that and he don't eat. He is going. Man drink like that and he don't eat. Man drink like that and he don't eat.
Should only be working on this.
He is going to die. Man, that's no contest. You're a mile away. Man, why you do that to yourself?
Oh, you don't really want to know that.
Well, if you're the kid, then show me something. Man drink like that and he don't eat. Man drink like that and he don't eat.
Okay, that seems to be doing a little bit. This Ableton one isn't perfect. I would suggest if you have another de-esser to use it. There is some really good ones. I use Soothe usually, and Soothe is obviously a little bit more expensive, but Soothe has a really great de-esser function. I know there's a Waves one as well. There's a lot of really good de-essers, so if you find the Ableton de-esser isn't doing exactly what you would hope it would be, I would suggest getting a third-party plugin. The de-essers, there's some really good options out there. So at this point, I might just go and look to see if there's any sort of notch frequencies that are sticking out to me. And so what I'm going to use here is Pro Q4. I know I've been trying really hard to only use the Ableton native plugins, but this is something I like to do in my process when I'm using, let's say, like an old vocal from a movie like in this one, or is ripped from an old song. There will usually be frequencies that are kind of irritating to the ears, and what I'll use Pro Q for is to really dial in on those frequencies and just remove them, take a lot of gain out of them just so they're not hurting people's ears. So we can kind of do a scan here.
Man drink like that.
And just see
Man
if
drink
there's
like that,
any
and he don't eat.
frequencies going on.
He is going to. Man drink.
I might just bring the
Man drink.
Yeah, so that's a bit harsh. I can take that out.
Man drink like that, and he don't eat.
I can make this
He is going to die. Man drink like that, and he don't eat.
a little tighter.
He is going to die. Man drink like that, and he don't. Man drink like that. Man drink like that, and he
That's a long
don't eat.
end, so let's keep listening.
He is going.
Yeah, that one's a little annoying.
He is going to die. Man, that's no contest. You a mile away. Man drink like that, and he don't eat. He is going to die.
So with
Man drink like that, and he don't eat. Man drink like that, and he don't eat.
it's taking out the harsh frequencies from that vocal. That's going to really help in the mix and just help people's ears when they're listening to the song. It'll help everything be more clear. And again, we'll make sure that the vocal is sounding full where it should be and removing things that it should not have. All right, so at this point in the process, I'll normally look to add some sort of reverb delay. And what I like to do is I have a vocal hall set up on one of my send channels. So using the fourth channel here, I just have a Valhalla vintage verb set to the bright hall mode. I'm not doing too much difference to the bright hall preset here, but I like to just kind of dial in the reverb if I want it. Again, like I mentioned earlier, it's really important to be particular with how much you're using given the type of vocal you have in your song. So if we listen to the context of the song,
Man drink like that, and he don't eat. He is going to die. Man, that's no contest.
so we hear there's a lot of spaces in between this vocal. We want some reverb and delay to be filling in those spaces. So let's just add some vocal hall.
Man drink like that, and he don't eat. Man drink like that, and he don't eat. Man drink like that, and he don't eat. He is going to die.
And we have the low
Man,
cut
that's
going
no
on.
contest.
We're not getting any high information from it.
You a mile away.
And we can add a delay in too.
Man, why you do that to yourself?
I'm going to add an eighth delay to this. And so using this channel here, I just have an echo going on. 1/8 for the echo. And then again, just a low and a high cut on the end of it. And I'll slowly start dialing this in too. And we'll see how it fills in these spaces between the vocal.
Man drink like that, and he don't eat. Man drink like that, and he don't eat. He is going to die. Man, that's no contest.
There we go.
You a mile away.
And we can really hear it's
Man,
starting
why
to
you
fill
do
out
that to yourself?
those spaces, right?
Oh, you don't really want to know that.
Well, if you're the kid, then show me something.
And even more
Man,
so.
those fingers ain't loaded.
Cool. So if we listen back now, let's listen to it in the context.
Man drink like that, and he don't eat. He is going to die. Man, that's no contest. You a mile away.
that's sounding really, really great. I think I used one other thing here in my original mix, which was Endless Smile. So I'm just gonna.
You are the kid.
Yeah, so what that's doing, that's just adding some reverb and delay to the vocal as it goes into the drop. These are things that are going to happen in the producer side of the mix, so I'm not usually touching this from a client to producer sort of perspective, but I just didn't want to remove that because that was part of the initial mix. So let's keep that in there. All right, so we're pretty much done at this point. I think we can look at our last vocal here. We just have a little,
no stopping it.
just a little shout going on, nothing crazy. But we can hear that there is
No stopping it.
some low end information going on. So there's a low cut here going on already,
No stopping it.
and that is taking out all that low end information that we don't want. We're gonna make this down.
No stopping
bring this
it.
down just a little bit. It's a little bit loud. If you listen in the
No
context,
stopping it. No stopping it. No stopping it.
we're gonna add some reverb in.
No stopping it. No stopping it.
Again, I'm using the send channel here.
No stopping it.
That sounded pretty good.
No stopping it.
Add maybe some more delay.
No stopping it. No stopping it.
Cool.
No stop. No stopping.
Let's listen to it in context.
No stopping it. No stopping it.
Gonna bring it up again. Amazing. Okay, so there again, we're just doing little bits of leveling. We only have a low cut going on this with our reverb and our delay send. Our main vocal, of course, had a few more effects going on, but nothing too crazy. And for our vocal group here, depending on how the song is arranged, so let's say I have a few vocals that are working together as the sort of main sequence of the vocal. So maybe it's creating a verse through a bunch of different chops. Usually what I'll do with that is I'll put the processing I put here on the group channel, just so everything sounds like it's being sung together. It sounds cohesive, like I was saying in the synths and the drums part. For this, we just have one little vocal chop, so we're not going to worry too much about making sure they sound like they're from the same sort of place. It's actually kind of cool when vocal chops sound like they're rough or new and like sort of in a different area than the main vocal. So I'm okay to just leave it as is, not even really saturated or anything, and just take it as is, as something that pokes out in the mix as a sort of a new instance of something. It's really important to keep these things in mind when you're mixing, that you can use these things to play off one another in a different way. If you don't want them to be necessarily like one cohesive sequence, you can have them as sort of things that are jumping around in the mix and keeping it interesting, or you can have them as, again, like a cohesive glued together vocal. So these are things that you're going to take as it comes, as your own mixer. You're going to want to do what feels best for you in these situations. And in my case, again, it's to not have the same processing on this vocal chop than I did on the main vocal. So keep these things in mind. You don't have to have absolutely cemented in rules. You want to have fun with it, and you want to be adding your own taste in the mix in a way that isn't changing the song for the producer, but you're adding some flair and you're keeping it interesting, because those are the things that your end producer is going to want from a mixing engineer. They're going to want to hear you doing something. They're going to want it to sound balanced. They're going to want it to sound interesting, but also keeping the same idea of the original song. So yeah, guys, this has been the Vox house mixing video. If you have any questions at all about what I went through, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.